Hi everybody, it's Kathy. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a good day so far. Today I'm here with a tutorial on these adorable little journals. I got the inspiration from Lyric Lover 810. Check out her channel. She did these but with really only one piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. They're very cute, the one she's made. I've made them into more of a journal. So let me show you what they look like. I have two here, and they're the same, pretty much. So they have a full page pocket, a little pocket here, a little side pocket, and then it has 3 signatures, lots of paper. You can decorate the front of each signature, and then a full pocket on the back. And this one, the only difference is, I think the only difference is I added this little pocket in this one. I'm going to show you the basic construction of it. And they're fun to make, and they'd be great to give away as a little gift or to keep in your purse to use yourself. You can also put photos in them and make it into a brag book if you'd like. Okay, so let's go over the materials you'll need. You'll need 2 pieces of 12 by 12 double-sided cardstock. You need 8 pieces of 8.5 by 11 journal paper. I'm using just regular, I use parchment, ivory parchment that I get off of Amazon. You need a paper trimmer, scissors, bone folder, a hole punch, a circle punch, any sort of jute or twine or ribbon, cover embellishments, distress ink, and glue. Okay, those are the materials. Now let's start with the cuts. We're going to do the cuts. I'm going to share the cuts on here. On one piece of double-sided cardstock, you're going to cut 3 4 by 11 sections. So I've taken my cardstock and I've done that already. I cut off 1 inch on one side, so it's 4.5 by 11, 4 by 11, so that it matches your journal paper, so you'll have less cuts to make. And then I cut that full size into 3 4 by 11 inch pieces. Okay, then on my other piece of cardstock, which I'm going to use it as a cover, I cut out 1 4 by 12 piece. So you'll see it's a little longer. It's 1 inch longer than these because this is 4 by 12, it's the cover, and these are 4 by 11. So 4 by 12, cut a piece, and you're also going to need 2 little pieces of 4 by 1.5. Okay? And on all your journal paper, you're going to cut all your journal paper into 4 by 11 piece strips. And you're going to need 15 of these pieces. That comes out to 8 journal pages, 8 journal papers. Because out of each journal paper, you're going to be able to get 2 strips with a little strip as a leftover. Okay? So let's start with our next part, which is scoring the pieces, which is the most tedious part. We're going to start with scoring the journal paper and the 3 pieces of 4 by 11. And your score lines are as follows. On the 4 by 11 cardstock and the journal paper, you're going to score lengthwise at 5 5.5, and 6. You're going to score all the pieces at 5, 5.5, and 6. So I'm going to do that. I've actually already done these. And then when you fold them, you're going to fold them in half on that center fold, and then fold them back on themselves for the other part. Okay? So that you'll have something that looks like this. We're going to do the exact same thing to all 3 pieces. Now, since we have double-sided cardstock, you want to brandish it well. Since we have double-sided cardstock, you could use the other side for the signature that's going in between. I'm not going to do that. I love this color, so I'm going to use the same cover for each of the signatures. And the only difference will be is when you decorate it, you can decorate it to look differently. Okay, so we have 3 pieces that have a mountain and 2 valleys, basically. A mountain and 2 valleys on either side. We're going to set that aside. And now we're going to do our journal papers. I do my journal papers generally 3 pieces at a time. And it's the same thing. 5, 5.5, and 6. And you can do those exactly the same way as we just did our cardstock. Brandish it well, make them nice and crisp. And you end up with the same thing. I've already completed my other pieces, so I'm going to put those aside as well. Okay? Now we come to the cover. The cover has different score lines. And the score lines for the cover are 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, and 7.5. So starting at 4.5, you're scoring every other ½ inch. So 4.5, and be careful with cardstock because it breaks easily when you're scoring it. Cracks. So 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, and 7.5. And you're going to start by folding it in half on that first score line. You're not going to need this anymore. Well, oh, I'm looking for my other bone folder, which I like a little better. And then you're going to fold it back on itself. Back again. It's almost like accordion style. And then back on itself one last time. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. But back on itself. Whoops. Forward and back on itself. You see how mine cracked here a bit. And when you do brandish it, you want to make sure that your ends match up, that it doesn't look like this. And that's what mine looks like because of that last fold. It was kind of messed up. So these were okay. And that's where there was a mistake. So you want to correct it now. So you end up with something that looks like this. You have 3 valleys in the middle and two mountains and 2 on the side. Okay? Okie doke. The next thing that we're going to do, take these covers and you're going to choose 5 pieces of your journaling paper to go in each signature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to put them in the mountainside in. Just like that. Set that aside. Don't worry that it goes over the edge a little bit. If you'd like, you can trim it. I'm not going to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, you're putting it in to the valley in here. And the last one, this feels like it's more than 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is really going to be too much. So I'm going to keep it to 5. And put that in. Okay? So now you have 3 signatures that are almost ready to go. Tap, 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 tap. Then you're going to take your cover. Before you do anything, we're going to put a hole in our cover. We're going to punch our holes in the cover. You're going to keep it closed while you do it. You want to make sure all your back folds line up pretty well. I'm taking the larger hole punch and I'm coming in about a 1/2 inch from the edge and I'm putting the hole between the edge of the paper and the score line. So that's 1. This looks a little off. That'll do. And the other circle hole rather is here. Okay. So now I have 2 holes. I'm going to take my signature and I'm going in the first accordion, in the first valley there, like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to mark the circles, or the punches rather. And you'll notice this is off. That's what our strips are for. Because once you fold the 4 by 12, it makes it a little short. So I'm going to take this out. And this looks a little off. I'm going to try again because it's too close to the edge. So I know that won't work. That's a little better. When I punch it, I'm actually going to come down a little more. There we go. Now I'm going to take the next one, and I'm going to do it the exact same way. Going to put it in. And I'm going to put it into the first one. It doesn't matter which one I put it into. Mark my circle, mark my circle. That's done. One more. and mark my circle, and the same thing here. Now I'm going to come back. This is a little close, so I'm going to come in just a little bit. Take my large part of my hole punch, punch it. That came out well. And punch it. Perfect. You really want to make sure your papers are in here well so that you're poking the hole through the journal paper as well. Okie doke. Let me get this out of here. There we go. And one last one is here. And here. Okie doke. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with one of the panels, or the signatures rather, and I've cut a piece of, I'm not going to use jute this time. I think I'm going to use this. And I've cut this about, wow, 28 inches. You don't need it that long. I've done them with 18 inches, but since I already have this cut, I'm going to use it as is. I might need to double it because this is thinner than I'm typically used to. I'm going to put it in the first hole and take my other signature, making sure it's facing in the correct direction. I'm going to put it in the second accordion spot. And I'm going to feed this through. Come on. Okay. And then one last time for this top one, I'm going to put it in the last accordion. Slip this through. And now I'm coming back up through the bottom. Making sure my journal and the papers inside are all in the right place. And the last one. Okie doke. What happened here? Something happened. To come back up. Something happened. There we go. Right, there we go. Okay. And now we're going to tie this in a knot. And if you want to, make this, you could reinforce this with another little circles. Okay, let me get some flour. Let me get some flowers. I think I have some that'll match. Okay, well, let me try these. I kind of was eyeing this yellow one. and pink one. Oh, they're yellow on the bottom. I think that will work. Always work in threes. We can fluff up their petals. And have this. And I think that's fine for the cover. And then for in here, I have some cards that came with this paper pack. So one of a kind I'm going to put in here. Cute. I was thinking it would be nice to have something here. This might be interesting. Well, I'll do Daisy Days. And I'm also going to make this a little pocket. With just a little notch. And we'll put anything's possible in here. Okay. And then in the back, I don't know. I remember I was going to put this here. Let me see. Nope. Too much. Gotta know when to quit. And I'm just going to put this here, not as a pocket. This is a pretty embellishment. Okay. Well, that's our quick little journal. That's so easy. 2 pieces of 12 by 12 and 8 pieces of journaling paper. And there you have it. These are the 2 that I made earlier. So I hope you enjoyed this quick video. You all have a great weekend, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already. Thanks. Have a good day. Hi, I wanted to let you know that somehow there was a clip left out of the video that I just finished, and I didn't show you what I did with that little strip of paper. We cut 2 strips that were 4 by 1.5 inches. I ended up gluing it on the end here and then adding the lace to cover up what I did. Okay? And sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure, and I did that both on the front and on the back. You can't really tell on the back, but I put in that piece to extend the cover so it would cover the papers in the journal. Alrighty, thanks, bye.